Hello Darts Nutz, welcome to Darts Review channel. In this video I'm going to be having a look at another set from the Shot Americana range, and these were sent to me from Shot Darts, and this particular one is the Route 66 model. Another very nice looking dart. I do like the flights on these as well, so let's check them out. Right, I'm reviewing the 23 gram version. They're 80% tungsten. They're also in 24 and 25 gram in steel tip and 18 gram in soft tip, and the retail for £69.95. The darts come in this slim cardboard shot packaging, and as usual some nice artwork on the box and nice description of the darts and the idea behind the theme. Inside you got a foam insert holding everything in place, and they come fitted with the in-between alloy stems and the Route 66 small standard flights. The dart's fitted with a black coated point. It's a straight barrel dart. You've got a slight front tapered nose and just maybe past middle and in front of rear. You've got a subtle scallop section, but it's got a, I think it says on the box, carmine red PCT coating, and it certainly looks rather nice. And you've got an interesting mix of ring and groove, and then what I think is the air fin grip, kind of representing what you see on a car, I think, or styled in that kind of theme. But really nice looking dart, and as it's a straight barrel there should be something there for all grips, but we'll have a close look at it just now. And there's the in-between alloy stems and some quite nice looking small standard Route 66 flights. So you've got a tapered front there with the thin rings and grooves, and also as you can see you've got that very nice looking carmine red PCT coating. So just past that you've got these long, I don't know what you'd call it, like oblongs with big circles cut through. So interesting section there. I like the way that light plays on the circular parts. And then along the barrel you've got some very thin ring and groove grip, and somewhere maybe just past middle you've got this scallop section again with a thin ring and groove grip and fairly wide lateral cuts through it. And then on the rear you've got a thin ring and groove grip again with some lateral cuts through it, and on the very end of the barrel a couple of grooves and a ring, and then a smooth section on the very end. So there you go, that's the super close look at the Shot Route 66 darts. That's fit with a black coat 29mm point. You've got a tapered front section with some thin rings and grooves, that's 6mm. Then you've got these rectangular sections with the circular indents, and obviously as you can see it's got a groove and lateral cuts running through it, that's 11.2mm. And then you've got some thin rings and grooves, 5.5mm. Then you've got the section with the scallop, which is made up of thin rings and lateral cuts, that's 14.5mm. Another section of thin rings with lateral cuts, 5.5mm, a tapered section on the end with a couple of grooves and ring, that's 7.3mm, length is 50mm, widest is 6.9mm. That's 23.08 grams, 23.08 grams again, and 23.08, so perfectly match weighted, full setup, 25.19 grams. Here's the balance with nothing attached and with the supplied setup, and this is the balance with medium in between short nylon stems and standard flights. So the grippiest part is the scallop section, so that's 5.5 at most. Oh, it's 23 gram, but actually feels a little bit lighter. Might be just down to the balance. It may be a little bit more front heavy because of that scallop that's scooped out, because it is pretty much a straight barrel dart except for the scallop and a little bit of a taper either side. It throws quite nice. The grip, I mean, the barrel itself's got a nice chunky feel, which I prefer, so if you don't like a chunky barrel, it won't be for you. But that grip, you kind of feel that long, elongated cut, but you feel just a little bit from them circular cuts. But I'd say overall, where I'm holding it, it's not massively grippy, but there's like little edges to it. Hit me chin, that one. I drew it back and hit me chin, knocked it out of alignment, but yeah, it's got quite a nice balance there for a front grip. Maybe I would prefer a little bit more grip myself, but I suppose it depends on where you're holding it. If you hold it up a little bit further, you get quite a bit more from the ring grip part. I wouldn't hold it right on the taper there though. Definitely that section feels where it's best. But really nice balance, I think. Well, saved myself on the last dart there. I'm holding it fully in the scallop. I think it's maybe slightly past the middle, but probably still closer to the middle than it is to the ray. But as is often the case with a scallop, your fingers sit nicely into it. And it also acts like a nice reference point. And handy thing with this one is, oh, I've got another treble. There's a little bit of grip there as well. So, what was that? Treble 12. So a little bit of grippiness, but as I've mentioned before, my release is never the cleanest, so that's my only issue with the scallop. It's just down to injuries that I've had over the years. My hands kind of feel a bit cramped and stiff fingers, so I don't always get the cleanest of releases out of a scallop. But if you don't have any problems with that, like I said, the way it sits in the fingers is nice, and the fact it acts as a reference point, it might be something that you find useful. But I actually think the balance was a little bit nicer from the front, and that, like I said, it could be just because it's machined out from the scallop, but actually did feel nicer from there. Usually with a straight barrel dart, balance normally feels best around near where that scallop is, but obviously because it's got more machined out there, it's probably pushed the balance a little bit forward. That second one, it did fly through the air a bit fishtaily, and look how it landed. Proper at an angle, that one. But I'm holding it right on that last section of ring grip. So there's still a decent amount of, is that a treble? I don't believe how that got in. That was almost as bad as that other dart, the way it flew through the air. But I am getting a lot more spin as well from there. I mean, if you're a ray gripper, you'll probably be able to throw it okay from there. A natural ray gripper, but I'm not really sure you're getting a good spot there. I think maybe the scallop and the front is the best two parts. Yeah, it's just flying all over the place for me from there. So, like I say, I don't even know how that got in the treble. But yeah, like I said, it'll probably work for a ray gripper, but I'm not sure it's going to be the best. I think that scallop section maybe slightly in between mid and rear. So if you find yourself that's where you grip it, then it'll be fine. But I think also front grippers, it'll be a nice one for. Oh, squeeze that last one in. So there you go, that's the Shot Route 66 darts. Another nice range from Shot, the Americana range. I do like the way they do the theme of the darts, and particularly like the flights on these. Very nice looking dart. I think maybe best for front grippers and also people that are gripping in that scallop area. So maybe not strictly to the middle and not strictly to the rear, but somewhere in between. So I'll leave you with the gallery so you can have a closer look at them. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please do so, and I'll see you on the next one. Happy darting.